Sanders has made a very clear point, and he keeps making it over and over and over again. And that is the fact that the 1% or the 1/10 of 1%, this is the same point that the Occupy movement tried to make and raise everybody's consciousness with. And to a degree they did. What Sanders is trying to say, and Hillary doesn't want to hear it because she knows that she, because of her involvement with corporate America, could not make the kinds of statements he's making. The point Sanders, as I understand it, the point Sanders is trying to make is that all of the terrible problems we have come as a result of the control of our political system and our economic system by a handful of people, all the way up to and including the United States Supreme Court. Governorship, state legislatures, the U.S. House, the U.S. Senate, the presidency, all of this stuff is owned lock, stock, and barrel. So when Hillary says she's not a one-issue a candidate, or she wouldn't be a one-issue chief executive, that's such bullshit. That's a red herring. That's not what Sanders is talking about. He's talking about the underlying issue, which is the cause of everything else. The problem here, of course, is the fact that so many of us Americans are not going to be able to figure that out. So many of Americans are going to listen to Hillary's attempt to turn Bernie Sanders into a one-issue candidate. And they're going to buy the bullshit and say, oh, yeah, well, I don't want a one-issue candidate. We have all kinds of other problems. But you tell me, if I'm speaking just figuratively, but I try to think of one problem that we have from our corrupt international relations stance to the crumbling of our infrastructure, to the denial of people, both attempted and successful, the right to vote, with all this bullshit about ID cards and this and that, crumbling infrastructure, poison in the water in Flint, poison in the water in hundreds of U.S. metropolitan areas that nobody knows about. That the collapse of our educational system, show me anything that doesn't have the underlying cause to each of these catastrophes being the greed and the filthy, just toxic narcissism of the 1% or the 1/10 of 1% who say, fuck you, I'm getting all of it. You people don't count. Take your goddamn minimum wage job. That's all you're going to get. And that's what Sanders is addressing. He's addressing the core issue to all of these problems. And either Hillary Clinton doesn't understand that, or she does. And because she is so beholden to the very people and corporations and all the rest of this shit that have put us there, she's not going to say shit if she had a mouthful of it. She's going to try to divert attention, diffuse the issue, D-I-F-F-U-S-E, diffuse the issue, and be, well, it's not just how our economy and our political system has been gutted by the 1%. Oh, no. It has to do with other things. Bullshit. That's where it starts, Mrs. Secretary, Madam Secretary. That's where it starts. And Sanders is addressing that. And Sanders is right. There is no doubt in my mind that we are on the cusp of revolutionary times in this country, and not too unlike what the framers were faced with in the late 18th century. Now, I believe that. I really do believe that. Different circumstances, but we're on the cusp of a potential revolution. Either we are going to break free of the king, or there's going to be an awful lot of sorrow generated by the fact that we have to break free using means other than the ballot box. I believe that. I don't want to believe it. I don't. I want everything to be happy. I want to hear bluebirds singing and see little bunnies hopping in the field behind the house, the woods behind the house. That's what I want. But that's not where we live. You know that as well as I do.